In the last two videos, we talked about business names and limited liability companies. We talked about their differences, and we talked about choosing the structure that actually fits your business. Today, let's talk about a mistake that cuts across both of them. A mistake that has caused many business owners to discover far too late that their company is no longer in good standing with CAC. That mistake is believing that registration is the end of the process. It is not. Because after registration comes compliance, and one of the most important compliance obligations is the filing of annual returns. Ignore it for long enough, and your business could end up showing as inactive or worse, struck off on the CAC portal. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Gorga, and this is Gorga's Brief, where everyday law is broken down for every Nigerian. Here's what you actually need to know. Annual returns are the yearly filings that registered businesses and companies make to the Corporate Affairs Commission to confirm that they are still in existence and operating. And despite the name, annual returns are not taxes. They are not penalties. They are not something you file only when something goes wrong. Annual returns are simply a way of telling the Corporate Affairs Commission that your business is still alive, still operating, and still active. Think of it as checking in with the regulator, a simple formal way of saying, we are still here. The annual return captures the current state of the company, including your registered office address, the details of your directors and their particulars, details of shareholders, a summary of the company's financial position. It is typically filed through a CAC accredited agent or a corporate lawyer. The problem is that many business owners register their businesses and then disappear. Years pass, no filings are made, no compliance checks are done. And because they assume registration was a one-time event, they never realize there is a problem until they need the business for something important. I've seen situations where people approach banks, investors, major clients, or government agencies only to discover that the status of their business is no longer what they thought it was. In fact, the Corporate Affairs Commission has over the years struck out thousands of entities off the register for failing to comply with statutory obligations. Think about that for a moment. A business that was once properly registered, no longer appearing as active. Nobody in their right mind wants to enter into a serious transaction with an entity whose status on the CAC portal shows inactive or struck off. Not a bank, not a serious investor, not a major supplier or a serious client. Because the first question they will simply ask is this: if the business cannot keep their own regulatory obligations up to date, how can they keep their obligations to me? Your CAC status is often one of the first things people check. And in today's business environment, those checks take only a few minutes. People are checking before they sign contracts, before they invest any money, before they extend credit to you, before they trust you with their business. So what do you do if you have already fallen behind? If you registered your business years ago and have never thought about annual returns, this is your sign to stop assuming everything is fine. The first thing to do is check your company's current status on the CAC portal. Go to the CAC portal and search your RC number. What does the status say? Active, inactive, or struck off? That answer determines your next step. If your company shows as active, but you have missed filings, contact a CAC accredited agent or a corporate lawyer immediately. File your outstanding returns. Pay any penalties that have accrued. Get the company back into good standing before the status changes. If your company shows as inactive, that is still recoverable, but it requires prompt action. Do not wait. And if your company has been struck off and shows struck off, you will need legal assistance to apply for restoration. It takes time. It costs money. Far more than simply filing on time would have ever cost. Verify your status. Confirm your compliance position. And if you're behind, take steps to regularize it. Because registration is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning. A business that is properly registered but poorly maintained can create almost as many problems as a business that was never registered at all. Before you leave, I have one question for you. If someone searched your business on the CAC portal today, what status would they find? Active, inactive, or something worse? If you don't know the answer, today might be a very good day to find out. Do a public search on the CAC portal. Search your RC number or your BN number. See exactly what the world sees when they look your business up. And if you don't like what you find, speak to a corporate lawyer or a CAC accredited agent this week. Your company status is your credibility. Protect it. If this video just saved you from a problem you didn't know was coming, subscribe to Gorga's Brief. I am Gorga, and I'll see you in the next one.